Sucker Punch has always been great. Sucker Punch games, if you don't know, are the lads responsible for these absolute bangers. You know, motherfucking Sly Cooper in the Infamous series, and now I guess this other small, tiny, very overlooked game, you know, Ghost of Tsushima?
Y'all spin around like ballers. Seething with jealousy, I am.
Of course, I'm joking. Nothing about Ghost of Tsushima is tiny. No even Jin's arse. Ghost of Tsushima exploded when it came out, and everyone in the ground was greeting about how goddamn neat the game was.
How's this, Squidward?
It's beautiful.
The game has finally given the chance for Sucker Punch to properly shine, and all it took was to beat Assassin's Creed at their own game. Sucker Punch have been around for years, making decent to great Infamous games, ever since the beginning of PS3, which, fun fact, Infamous was my first PS3 game, because, you know, obviously you care about that. But even before that, they were making Sly Cooper games which were class and all. Sucker Punch for years have worked in the shadow of all the other PlayStation exclusive lads, like your Naughty Dog and Guerrilla Games. You know, starting to think about it, maybe to be a well appreciated developer, you've got to have an animal in your name. So I guess maybe Sucker Punch could change their name to Sucker Punch Cats, because nobody likes cats.
Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave?
Sure, they're a lot bigger than your typical developer, but they've always been pushed to the side when it comes to the bigger names, even when they've arguably a lot better gameplay than the mainline exclusives that are praised more than the Pope's arsehole. Completing the First Light standalone DLC over the weekend had me hooked from beginning to end. Bear in mind, that's the lowest rated Infamous on Metacritic. Yeah, I just kept playing it because of how fun the gameplay is. This caused me to go back and revisit the OG Infamous, and yet fuck off about the quality being shite because I was playing on PS Now, and, you know, streaming a game isn't ideal. Okay, it's not ideal, but it genuinely surprised me how well the gameplay holds up to this day. Movement feels natural, parkour is satisfying, combat feels visceral, and the game keeps throwing new abilities to shake up the combat. And what makes this even cooler is there's a karma system in the game, and the abilities are dependent on if you're an arsehole or not. That is so cool. The common theme that you're going to find through all the Infamous games, and well, any Sucker Punch game for that matter, is not just that you're fucking Palpatine shocking motherfuckers, but rather right from the start of all of these games, they are so much fun, with addicting, well-paced combat progression, so it never gets stale or repetitive, because you're constantly learning how to do new stuff, like chucking grenades, but, you know, it's electric, I guess. Also, most of these games allow you to play with your own style, with the unlockable and upgradable abilities. These games are just so much goddamn fucking fun. Right, my point is, Ghost of Tsushima shouldn't have been so much of a surprise, because Sucker Punch has always been capable of making great games and excelling at creating rewarding, fun gameplay. This idea of them being a studio in the background of all the other PlayStation giants is bullshit, because if there's one thing Sucker Punch gets right, it's making a game fun.